Welcome to another one-shot review brought to you by Students for S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm your host, Mikey, and joining me are my panelists, Rebecca and Lexi, Matt and Moe, Diego and Alec. And today we are talking about Marvel Studios' WandaVision, the new TV show that's starting Phase 4 on Disney Plus. And we are talking about the first 4 episodes because we figured talking about the whole show would be too damn long. So we're just going to be talking about, our first impressions, our thoughts on each episode, and theories, and why Matt's wrong. And so, I guess we'll get right to it. So to start off, first impressions of the show. So, I guess, who wants to go first? Anyone? I thought that I didn't care about the show until it actually came out.
I always had high hopes for the show. Not to brag, not to say I was right the whole time. No, I thought it looked really good I thought the first trailer was really promising. There are a lot of stories being pulled with Wanda and Vision that aren't told particularly well in the comics. They can be told better through the MCU. I think a lot of the best MCU movies are kind of like that. And so I don't know. I was very excited for this, and it's so much better than I expected.
Mm-hmm. Word.
Yeah.
Just no, nothing else. There's really more stuff you would like to say, Diego.
The only thing that I would figure would happen is just kind of like, I had no idea. First of all, I thought it was really weird going into like the different sitcom eras, but it's really clever too at the same time.
Yeah.
Just to tell like one story out of so many, because there's a whole mix of like stories out of like between Wanda and Vision. So I'm kind of like, also I like how it's a lot of those, but it's also because we never see Vision and Wanda like isolated, I guess, from the rest of the Avengers.
Right.
So it's really fun to see them like do their own thing together.
Yeah, it's nice to have a highlight on these otherwise kind of minor characters. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
I guess we'll go next. When this was first announced, I was like, can't wait for the Wanda torture show, and it's I'm enjoying it so far.
Great.
Yeah, we actually texted, and I was like, why does every strong female character have to have a dead boyfriend? Wonder Woman came out, and I was like, can't they just let them live happily? But my initial take on it, I love old TV shows. I watched reruns, so I was just in love with this show when it came out because they're like 2 of my favorite characters. So
I love these guys. I especially love Vision. I love Vision.
I mean, for me, I didn't really care. I didn't care, but Vision, I think Wanda and Vision are great characters, but just they weren't my favorite characters. But I was intrigued with so when they gave her a show, I was like, that's interesting, but I'll check it out just because it's a Marvel show. And I liked how they were going through television history, which I thought was pretty cool because I also grew up watching a lot of I Love Lucy reruns and the Dick Van Dyke Show and all that other cool stuff.
Uh-huh.
So. And then, now watching, I obviously didn't know what to expect. Even when we did the Marvel podcast, we were just we don't know what's going on here, but we're just gonna rock with it. And so far, this is probably the show I've been looking forward to each week to watch. Clearly, I'm not watching Batwoman because that show sucks. So I'm rather watch this instead. But those are my first impressions of the show so far. So, Alec, I don't know if you want to say anything because you haven't gone yet.
Well, my first impression was when the show was announced, the studio within the company, they hyped up this show as something very experimental for Marvel Studios. And going in, I don't know what I was expecting. I don't think anyone, well, I'm sure some had an idea of the format, but it's a common complaint from Marvel MCU critics is that it's all the movies, it's all the stuff that's come out, it all feels the same. I don't believe that, but many MCU people have said, other critics have said, it's all the movies are the same, it's all totally the same. With this, with the jumping through eras, with the stuff, it's with the format, what they've done with the actual live studio, but audience, the different color, its audio format. I think so far Marvel has kept true to their word of being experimental. It's with their first show on TV. It's with the studio, and I'm very I'm happy so far. I'm very happy.
All right. Dope. So, I mean, obviously, we gotta talk about each episode real quick, like, and I guess we can also like say like we'll just be going through like because I didn't write any notes, so I'm just going off of memory. So like what happened in the episode, but so like episode 1, that was a cool start. I like the whole like getting married thing. Like they just go into Westview, and then like Wanda's being carried by Vision, and he phases through the freaking door, and she falls down. It's cute. The whole episode is really cute, and I just like all they're so happy, and it's just like I like.
I think. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think it's what I needed after watching the last thing with Vision was him violently getting murdered and then being the only one not coming back. I needed Vision happiness before they ripped me apart again.
Violently getting murdered twice in a row.
Yeah, like this man couldn't catch a break. I needed something nice to start.
It was weird. And it was like as soon as you walk into it, it's just like, what the hell happened in between like the last Marvel movie and here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Episode 4,
which is kind of still like the mystery we're getting. Like, how did Wanda get from like I think the last time we saw her was like the funeral for Tony at the end, and then now she's in a sitcom. Like where like that stuff happened in between, and that's like kind of why it was weird, which was intentional.
Yeah.
Also, this sparks a lot of TikTok rumors and theories, and it is awful to watch all of them. Because it's just like, cool, but I don't even know if it's true. It's cool to think that, but like, is it actually happening? No, we don't know.
I think it was a really, really strong first episode. I think that I think it's really cool that they played the sitcom thing straight almost through the entire episode until the very end, where they realize that they don't have a history together. I think it just the I don't know, the tone and everything. This might be my favorite episode so far. I think it's still my favorite episode.
Oh, really? The first one? Okay.
I think so. I think it is. I think that it like the dialogue I think is best in this episode. I think that it feels really uncanny, but it's also very funny. I love it. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, like, they're very picky with their dialogue in this show, especially especially with like the first episode. Like, every you have to make sure like you pay attention to what everyone's saying because it could be like an Easter egg or an allusion to like what's happening. Yeah. And, but also it is hilarious too. Mm-hmm.
Especially with Vision, when he goes into the office and he starts questioning like, what do we actually do here? And like, since it's the first episode, everyone's like, ha 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 ha, you're so stupid. Mm-hmm. But actually, it's like Vision starts questioning like from that first episode, what is happening here? But you don't see anything progress in that episode. It's almost like a Twilight Zone feeling, like when you watch it.
Yeah,
I like how right from the first episode they like don't go full like horror or psychological or anything, but like they plant the seeds there. And the first episode, that's the one with the like dinner scene, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that was really well done, I thought.
So disturbing. It was like very like disturbing in a way, that dinner scene.
Also, it introduces like one of the best characters in all of WandaVision, Agnes. So
Agnes,
I love her.
I love Agnes.
Agnes is great, and like I think it's like I have theories about Agnes. I mean, I've already clearly said in the Discord that like she's Agatha Harkness. Like it's not they're like not even trying to be like it's not even trying to like be like Heidi about it. Like it's kind of obvious, but yeah, she's a really cool character. My favorite thing part was it when like in the 50s, like she was so funny in that. But yeah, I'm trying to think like who else was in this?
Go ahead, finish. Go ahead.
No, I'm trying to just think who else was in the like what else happened.
I was just gonna say really quickly, one of the funny things I remember from that episode is where Wanda hits Vision in the head with a plate, and she talks about his unbreakable head or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was like, that was sort of really rude.
It's so good. That line's so
It's
good.
so good. Thing is like, why am I losing my train of thought? I'm trying to think like, so like the characters we saw like obviously Wanda and Vision, Agnes, I think Norm was his coworker, Mr. and Mrs. Hart, was Herb in this one or was he in the second one?
I don't think
The second one, yeah.
Okay, he was in the second one, but yeah, I thought it was really cool. Vision's like the fact that like Vision has a job that like suits and like is perfectly suited for him, just like printing out forms because he's basically a computer. I don't know, just Wanda. I like the whole gossip between Agnes and Wanda. That was really cool. Like about like the whole like what is the day on the calendar? Oh, it's their anniversary. Like it's cute. It was very fun. And then that dinner scene is just like, and also like shout out to what's her name? I always call her Kitty, but like she's always typecasted as like the sitcom mom, and it's so funny.
I love her.
She's
the
great.
commercials too in the first episode.
Okay, commercial. Listen, that commercial was so good.
Which one?
The first one,
Stark one.
the Stark one with the toaster, because I mean clearly with the commercials and like they're all well produced. I love how they went like with the commercials with the time period, but like the fact that like each commercial is tied to like her trauma in a way. So like obviously the toaster is obviously because like Stark Tech killed her parents, and like and I love like the whole repulsor noise it makes when you press it, and like it's just and it's so cool. It's so cool, and it ticks kind of like a bomb, and I liked it a lot. Yeah, what's it called? But that dinner scene, because like when I keep calling her Kitty, I'm calling her Kitty because I can't uncall her Kitty. But like when Kitty was saying like after like Mr. Hart was choking on that meatball or whatever they're eating,
it was a strawberry.
It was a strawberry.
It was the strawberry from before. I think he put it in his throat.
It's an important plot point.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he was choking on a strawberry, and like she was saying, like like Wanda, like something like stop it, her, stop it, like like the whole sitcom, like gotta like stop it. But in reality, like she was actually telling Wanda to stop it, and I love that a lot. I was like, okay, that's some acting, Kitty. You stepped up from that 70s show. But yeah, that was so cool. Like the dialogue is so like everything's intentional, and I love it. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it's so.
Wait, did her accent pop through at that dinner scene? I felt
No,
like
it was straight up, just straight
She
American.
broke the facade of the sitcom thing. She spoke in her normal voice, saying Vision help him. So she broke character.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this show like was really good for Elizabeth Olsen's range.
Yes.
Yeah. No, listen. I'm expecting an Emmy. I'm expecting an Emmy from this.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think he's the best person in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so good.
She's really good at it, which is kind of like it's scary at the same time.
It's amazing.
Not wrong. But yeah, first episode was a good start. And good start. I mean, I just love, like as we said, like the production value of this like show is phenomenal. Like using the old aspect ratio for the cameras and everything. I love
that attention to detail. Like
it's so good.
The only thing about the show is like it has like over 5 minutes of credits.
Yeah. Like a common theme with the past 4 episodes that each episode is so short and it's very upsetting.
Yeah.
But everything about the first episode was great.
It's I think having a look back, it's all things considered. Personally, I think it's a positive thing that this is the first showing of Phase 4 because. So correct me if I'm wrong, because I think Black Widow, but that was supposed to be the first part of Phase 4.
I believe so. Yes.
So well. First of all, I think everybody can agree that having to see the opening of the Marvel credits after over a year of no content was very refreshing to see the Marvel Studio thing pop up finally after a long wait.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't Black Widow.
But having a look back, it's actually a pretty good thing that we go from the movies, from this it's from Spider-Man, it's the epilogue, it's of the Infinity Saga, to something seemingly at first glance that's low stakes. It's with a TV show with smaller stakes. Like, it's a great thing about streaming television is that these smaller stories can be told that film goers won't care about, I'd say. Like, it's much better for this type of format. So yes, but like, episode 1, great showing. It's a great range from both Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany. It's cool to start off. It's low stakes and then show the cracks. It's in the facade over time. So it was a solid opening, I thought.
Yeah. Also, when the credits roll and you see like the person on the other side of like the television, that was really cool to talk about. And, but yeah, show was fantastic. Like, the first episode was a good start. Yeah. So is that it on episode 1?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Cool. All right. So what's it called? So episode Dose was even more like mysterious and ominous, and I liked it a lot.
I mean, I think you can say that for every episode, like going forward.
True. Yeah, true. But like that was so episode 2 was more 60s stuff, which I couldn't really distinguish that much except for like the different types of like camera angles and shots, because there was a lot more outside like scenes.
Yes.
Stuff like that. But yeah, I thought this episode was pretty dope. I mean, granted, both these episodes were like on Disney Plus back to back, which I think was the good move. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
It showed off the first, like Geraldine or like Monica.
Oh yeah, Geraldine. Yeah.
So I just rewatched these episodes last night because they hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah, I watched all 4 back to back last night.
And I noticed that Geraldine's first line in this episode, the first line in the show, is she says that she doesn't know why she's here.
She's here. Yeah.
Which I think is that's so smart.
It's awesome.
The writing of the show is so good.
It's
to that like pool party, Agatha, or she like calls Wanda. She says like, "Hey, main character," or something like that.
No, hey, star of the show.
Yeah, hey, star of the show, and that's it.
But and it was the bunny, but also like the what else? Like the whole like magic act in the beginning, like where they're prepping. The box has the Mind Stone on it.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, that design on the front is literally the Mind Stone.
Do you have a screenshot? I'm just curious.
I do not. Also, if y'all want to pull up pictures, feel free. But so I can screen. But yeah, but like that was the Mind Stone on it. I thought it was really cool.
The whole talent show scene was a lot of fun. I thought that was really cute.
I love seeing Vision get her extremely silly.
Vision being drunk on gum.
So like rigid, I guess, and like the rest of like the MCU. So like seeing him kind of like, I guess, I don't know, break down.
Yeah.
That's really
cool.
No, like again, it's stuff that can't be shown like on the movies because they don't have time. It's with TV. It's more fun to play around. So Paul Bettany got time to ham it up, So it was very nice to see from the actor. It's in the character. It's like it's new parts of the character being shown that we can't see in the movies, and that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I also think that like this whole like series so far is really cool to see, kind of like an homage to just like television in general. Even then, what was the other thing? It was cool to see like every single thing match up with its time period. How they definitely made it, because you could tell like 50s and 60s were both like not color, and finally in 60s you saw basically saw it jump, but you could tell at the same time how the two beds are separated, and at the same time they joined back together. But it was also the other time when you like kind of felt very, very concerned for the characters that were in the show, especially for Dottie, because you just see her bleed everywhere.
Word.
Like, what the hell? And she's like, I can get it out. I'm a good housewife. I'm like, oh.
There we go. Yeah, see right here, that Mind Stone.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. Also, I just want to talk about real quick that like last episode was more I Love Lucy, or like Dick Van Dyke. This one was more like Bewitched. Like they were doing Bewitched.
Oh,
And I don't know if you noticed, but like in the intro to the show, like there's a that part in the intro where like Vision phases through the floor.
Yeah.
In between the floorboards, I'll probably pull up another image, but like Grim Reaper's helmet's in there.
I mean, that's a cool like Easter egg, but like it literally doesn't matter because none of that stuff that matters for that is in the lore of the MCU.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know.
I think, Mikey, have you read Tom King's Vision?
I have read I've read some of Tom King's Vision. I know that Reaper's in it.
Okay, well, I think that's a reference to King's Vision because in that, Vision's wife kills him and buries him under the house.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say the last episode too had a House of M reference on the wine bottle. It said like in French House of M, so maybe they're just doing like a callback to comics like each. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this show basically just like takes inspiration from like House of M, the Tom King's Vision, the what's Matt, you know that event we were talking about, that Avengers thing, like standoff or something like that?
Pleasant Hill.
Yeah, Pleasant Hill.
I don't know if it's the town or the event, but it was something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, but this episode was really like I love the whole like radio scene. That scene's awesome.
So good.
With Jimmy Woo, who's my favorite character in the show. I love Jimmy
commercials for the second episode.
It was the Hydra Watch.
The Hydra Watch, which made me shit my pants. Like I actually shat myself.
Strucker Watch? Is that what it was?
Yeah. Strucker Watch. I literally just everywhere because like holy shit, it's a fucking Hydra Watch.
So
I want a pair. I wonder if they'll sell any like after the show's over.
Probably. I think they'll sell Wanda and Vision's wedding rings.
Yeah, they'll probably sell them. I don't know if that's a look I'd like to walk around with.
Yeah.
You know what, Mikey, you might be able to get away with it.
But okay. Well, the thing is like with Agnes, right? Agnes will. The character of Agnes, like I think she's super sus and that she's involved with whatever's happening with
I don't have
Wanda.
that information about coronavirus.
Uh-huh.
I don't either.
I have a Google Home. I'm sorry.
Okay, Diego, thanks a lot.
I think that her husband doesn't exist.
Her husband doesn't exist, and it's smart as hell because like that's another sitcom trope of like the husband not being there, like you don't actually see him. But her husband's a corpse, and if they're gonna be doing like, if I hope they do like witchcraft stuff with Agnes because like that's one of my theories. But like she also says a quote where like I think Dottie says like "devil in the details," and she's like, "Oh, that's not where else he is." Mephisto. But that was a little bit more sus. The helicopter that shows up. I don't understand why it was colorized though. I still don't understand that.
I want to say because that was kind of out of her reach.
Yeah.
That was way beyond her control, and it was something that was.
I think it's also just a device to like get us to color.
Yeah.
It's showing the cracks in the facade. It's the same. It's about the beekeeper who came out of the sewers, but Wanda was like, no, and then turns back time. You know?
Which was why.
The loud crash was at the beginning. Do you guys think it was the helicopter like breaking through the barrier, or do you think that it was Monica?
I forgot about that.
Ooh, yeah, I forgot about that too. It was probably maybe something like hitting the barrier, maybe. I don't know.
I was confused on that. When I first watched this episode, I thought like a helicopter like might have landed outside of like the bubble that they're in. And I was like, oh, maybe the crash was like Wanda heard something outside. But now that I know it's like a drone and like Monica, I'm like, I don't really know what that crash was supposed to symbolize.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of thought like in like a funny way that like when we revealed that like what those things are, I thought it was like multiple just drones because they sent so many drones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that could be either of those because we don't see the helicopter.
But also, what else was in color? It was just like Brown and Dottie's blood.
It was just the helicopter and Dottie's blood. That was it essentially. But this episode was so cool. It was a lot more.
It also
Things are
really did
around.
show the scope of her powers too, considering
Mhm.
she made the entire thing in color and changed the aspect ratio.
That was like, ooh, like Technicolor. That's funny. That's that's a
Just
good
like,
nod.
Jesus. And then at the same time, just like I had no idea. I still had no idea what's going on, but I'm still deeply invested. And also hoping that she doesn't get tortured the entire time mentally.
Yeah, like,
Word.
looking at this picture here, looking at this picture that Mikey just pulled up makes me realize how much I really want these two to be happy. I want these characters to be happy. There's no way this
Yeah.
show ends that way. There's
No.
Uh-oh.
Not even close. But also like the most important thing is the reveal that like she literally makes herself pregnant, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, they had kids. Well, no, but they got in bed together at the start of the episode.
They did do the sex.
Oh my god, before the children thing too.
Vision doesn't have a penis.
It's a woman now.
Does
Can you make one?
It's
He
one.
made the
On the nose.
One is reality, Mikey.
Mikey. Remember in Ultron how he made the cape to mimic Thor?
What?
He can just grow one.
Oh, he's
You can grow
Okay,
whatever
yes.
you want, Mikey.
But yeah, it's kind of Matt. You do have a point though. Like you want them to be happy, but it's not gonna.
I
no.
do.
Also, that one thing at the talent show where they were just all chanting for the children.
Yeah, the first 2 episodes have constant motifs of just children,
Yeah,
and it's just like, and it's very interesting.
it's for the kids.
Subliminal.
Yeah, you know, which makes it seem whoever doing this wants Wanda to have kids.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it definitely didn't feel like it was completely her decision to have
No.
to like get pregnant. She was like, well, we can have a family. And then all of a sudden there she goes getting pregnant.
Because even in episode 1, like Agnes mentions that, like, well, like no kids, no. Mr. and Mrs. Hart also mention it, and as well with the whole no kids thing, and just like constant themes of children. And the next, she's fucking pregnant. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, I think
Like so pregnant.
I think that's something that we're gonna talk a lot about in when we get to theories, because you have a theme later talking about theories, right, Michael?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so I think we can really get into that then. But yeah, I think that's very interesting.
Yeah. Also, the talent show at the end, where like they revealed the tricks after Vision was like too drunk to even do them, was so funny.
It's so cute. I love it.
Yeah. Like, damn it! I want them to be happy so bad. Now I just realized it. Like, damn it! Because Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany have great chemistry together.
They do.
They really do.
It's a lot of time to shine on this. And also, too, about this episode, it probably has the catchiest theme song so far
Oh.
in the openings.
100%.
That is the theme song for the entire series.
Yeah.
It has stuck in my head all day. I honestly have.
Oh, again, that's where we get introduced to like Herb as a character as well. Just there, the only black guy in the show, other than the only black guy in the show.
And then Vision doesn't shut up during the talent show.
It's who's the husband to Dottie?
The guy who
Joe,
pissed
I
off the
think?
boss and got fired.
Yeah, it's the guy with the mustache. I forget his name.
Yeah, I don't remember his name either.
Joe. Who?
Jones, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, I think
That's
he's
what
a
they call
side character.
But yeah, episode 2 was pretty. Like these both episodes were really great setup, and I loved it a lot.
The other thing that kind of tripped me up too was when Vision went to go meet up with the other guys, and and Vision was like, "Yeah, we're here to talk about the new unsettling people who moved in the neighborhood recently."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
Oh,
I wonder. And then and they're like, "Well, we've heard about rumors of new people coming in the neighborhood."
Interesting.
So, I don't know if
think about that.
What happens later, but it definitely feels like something definitely started to go awry in her whole
I didn't even think about that. Okay.
yeah.
But the devil is in the details, so we should go back and.
But that's not where he's also somewhere else. Mephisto, Matt, be mad.
I get the sex joke. It's not about Mephisto. It's about sex.
We can't take any piece of dialogue lightly.
You really
But,
can. You really can.
But yeah, dope episode. I'm trying to think what else happened, but I can't remember as of now.
At the very end, when they go to color,
Yeah.
one of the good lines they have is Wanda asking Vision, "Is this really happening?"
Yeah, because I also like was watching something where like that moment where she's like when everything goes to color and that happens, and basically that's just making the whole reason why everything went to color was that like that was like her just like permeating the reality a little bit more.
It was that, and also the beekeeper turning back time.
Who isn't Swarm? Thank God.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't actually Swarm, but imagine if it was.
If it was Swarm, that'd been wild. But
that'd be so funny.
Because like people said it was Swarm, people said it was AIM, and I was like, why would there be a sword logo if it was fucking AIM? That doesn't make any sense. Like,
is this also the first time we see the sword logo in the entire series?
Yeah, we see it on the helicopter too, I think. Yeah.
And if you, I don't know if Geraldine had any like a sword necklace at the time though. I didn't catch any of that.
Not until the third one.
Not until the third one. Okay, but yeah, episode 3 was pretty good. That's when I was like, okay, I see you, I see you, Kevin Feige. I see what the fuck you're doing. I get it.
Writer's room too.
Exactly, in the writers, of course. And also, just like to be clear, like just to get this out of the way, this like when both these episodes came out, and especially when the third one as well, like it pissed me off the fact that like people were so impatient and were just like, give me everything. This show sucks because I don't know nothing about this show. I'm like, that's what plot is. That's what mystery is, people. It's called storytelling.
No, it's from a standpoint of business. It's a very brave move to have a slow burn type of show, but that shows that it shows how the company knows its audience, because they will take the time to fill in the pieces like we are now. So yes, some are impatient, but that shows that Marvel has faith in their product, basically.
Of course.
With a slow burn type of show like this. So it's a risky move, but so far I think it's paying off.
Also, like competing with everybody else. Like, this is top tier compared to everything that's on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
That's not saying that. But see, my problem is, like, it's a good show, but I wish it was at least 2 episodes at a time because it's so short.
Yeah.
It's just enough for 1 week.
That's the common debate as well. Like, I wish I wanted 2 episodes a week. But, yeah. Episodes are so short. Like, it hurts that it's so short, you know? It actually hurts after.
It feels like we get like 1 or 2 funny scenes and like a little bit of mystery, but like nothing really happens sometimes. Which again, slow burn, that's fine, but I just want a little more at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, anything else to talk about with episode 2? I'm like actually pulling up Disney Plus on my phone because I'm just making sure like, am I missing anything? But
everything.
But yeah. So I guess we'll talk about episode 3 now. Episode 3 is fucking insane. Like, okay, I'm trying to think we didn't get we got a cool 70s intro, which I enjoyed. I thought it was like what you know exactly like what sitcom, like did the Brady Bunch come out in the 70s?
I thought it was Brady Bunch.
They live exactly in the like Brady Bunch house setup.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's the
the octagon or hexagon shaped squares.
Okay. Yeah. I thought it was really cool. Very like vibey, like groovy, like type 70s color palette and all that stuff. I thought it was really fun. But yeah, episode 3. So Wanda's pregnant. Now what? Like that's basically what it is.
Episode 3 gave me the biggest, like the great, like I have never had chills that bad before until that one part where she's talking to Vision and Vision just turns to the camera and it just like cuts out. I had to rewatch that thing like literally times because I was so freaked out.
If we're gonna talk about that real quick, I blinked when that happened, so I thought I fucked myself up.
I thought Disney Plus screwed up or something. No, and I got really scared.
Very good editing on the show standpoint. Very good.
Also, like the doctor in the beginning, I thought was really. I like that scene with the doctor in the end. That was so funny. Just because like Vision is just talking about how fast, like so like how is the baby gonna be in like what fruit is the baby gonna be in like 12 hours? Like 12 the fuck that makes no sense. Funny. I like the doctor.
I think it also puts like a time frame where everybody is at that during this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool to see the Vision as like it's like soon to be father, but bumbling soon to be father. Like doctor, is coming in when? I was like, oh well, she's it's just so cool to see again. But Paul Bettany said it's a lot of stuff to work with, and that's again, it's so cool to see this.
The fact that Vision has to like teach Wanda how to do breathing techniques is the funniest thing.
I also think Vision looks really good with his 70s hair.
He does, 100%. 100%. Yeah, everyone like shout out to the costume designer because like they're killing it like with these episodes. So good.
It's really cool. It's like you said.
We also get a very big link to Young Avengers finally.
But what else? Like Wanda's like contractions screwing up reality. That was really funny. Like
vibing.
Oh,
so long.
It just kept going.
Wait, what happened?
The fucking stork, the bird that just was existing in the house, and she was trying to like not get it to bite fucking Guinevere's ankles.
Yeah,
I thought that scene was too long. Honestly, I didn't really like it.
The weirdest thing, I thought like her was like cutting into something the entire time. He's just cutting through the fucking
first off, I love how Herb looks like Cleveland Brown. Second of all, the fact that he's just like sawing into this brick wall is like, hey buddy, what's going on, bro? And just like you're fucking sawing into a brick wall. Oh, sorry, I didn't see. Thanks, Vision. Didn't see that there. Moves on.
I like Vision's like double take too. He's like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah, like we can. I think like obviously they're alluding to that. Like Vision, for some reason, like is questioning things. Like it isn't. He isn't fully with the reality all the way, and like Herb like weed whacking his fucking wall was a clear indicator of that. Yeah, like that was really like Herb is like, can we just all like I want to be Herb when I grow up, just weed whacking my brick wall.
We also get the introduction of Billy and Tommy. I am so excited.
Dude, I loved that. Like they kept arguing over like baby names, and I'm like, Billy and Tommy, let's go. And then like she gives birth, and it's like Billy, like Tommy's first, and then she's like, okay, that's it. And she's screaming again. It's like, holy shit, because like literally, like, because I thought we were just okay, like, oh, we're just getting Tommy. Okay, that's fine. I'm chill. And I was like, it's just screaming. I was like, yes, Billy.
I started screaming. I was just like, oh my god, we're gonna get Wiccan soon.
Yeah.
I think with the like how we were talking about earlier, how Wanda didn't like want to have kids. When she was like in labor, she was saying like, I can't do this, like repeatedly. And I don't think it was just like, oh, I'm scared to have a baby, because she was like freaked out.
Yeah. 100%.
I think you're right.
You know, that makes sense too, because then that also meant that her reality wasn't to what it actually was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I feel like she was kind of changing it to something that she didn't want, or something that wasn't necessary, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And also like just to talk about Geraldine real quick. Like the fact like she was talking about like a breakfast cereal that she was like advertising, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gravity O's.
Yeah,
Gravity O's. Yeah. I like how like that was like a fun nod to like space.
I don't remember the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so we're just gonna let's cut the shit. All right, so obviously what happened is that Geraldine says that she said like Wanda says that she was a twin and mentions Pietro, and then she says, oh, like so like wasn't he killed by Ultron? And then that's when like your heart drops to your ass and you're like, ooh.
Even before that, she was singing Sokovian.
She was singing like a Sokovian like nursery rhyme, right?
Like she was next to you or something.
Yeah, that scene. Okay, that's when I was like, Elizabeth Olsen needs a fucking Emmy for this. Like,
yeah,
that was like she just went from happy just like pure like just dread and like okay, like something's about to go down, like ugh. And then and like just like the fact that Monica obviously like has no memory of who she is. Well, like she's starting to get it back, but yeah. And then Vision comes back and she's like, oh, like where is Monica? Oh, she had to rush home, honey. And then she's just like the look on her face is like, yeah, fuck that bitch.
I'm gonna say Wanda
Bro. Gaslight your boyfriend in the name of feminism.
Yeah, like something about that scene is just so like menacing and just creepy. I loved it. I really loved it, especially like
her accent definitely showed up there.
yeah. She says she called Pietro like with an accent. So, yeah, like, and then obviously Geraldine comes out of the portal, just gets yeeted out, like yeeted out, and that's how the episode ended. But I mean, and also the scene with Agnes and her, where like they're talking about Vision, it's just like Geraldine, you know, has like no like husband, no family. It's like, oh, there's nothing wrong with that. But like, no home. They're just like, ooh, no home. What is?
Wasn't it Herb that was saying like telling what's her actual name? Not Agatha. What's Agnes?
Yeah.
He was like telling her to like stop telling Vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're all. Yeah.
Yeah, saying that like, you know, because like that Monica's here because we're all, and it's like clearly he was about to say trap, but he just couldn't spit it out.
I wonder though if it's because Agatha doesn't want Vision to allude to Wanda. Like
Agatha sus.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just really suspicious, like why they wouldn't want Vision to know if he's just part of the simulation, like as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just like I just loved like I loved that end scene. I was like, holy shit, what is happening?
I think it was also cool because it showed like maybe Agnes has some sort of hold in there too.
She definitely, I feel like she definitely does.
We'll get to that at the
when we talk about theories, but like also I kind of wanted to share this picture because like it's obviously like everyone always talks about this photo, but like Wanda.
I love this.
It's so great. Yeah, this episode was like very like because episode 2 was very like okay, like we're in the 60s, like let's delve into this world, but like there's still like ominous shit happening. But this was more like 60s, but it was like a lot more ominous shit was happening. Like you know.
I think Vision looks way more attractive as a robot than he does as
I think we're getting to it. That's for another podcast, all right? That's for
that before.
Am I wrong though? Like Vision looks like
I mean, it's I prefer humans, but that's just me.
Also, did y'all catch how like the doctor said like, you know, he was like when Vision asked him like, yeah, like what about your vacation? It's like, oh, you know,
it's
small times you can never really escape. I was
like, say that.
That was one of my favorite lines in the whole episode. I was like, oh wow, that's because like in reality he can't actually leave. So
at this point, I think Vision could be hit in the head with a brick that says "Help us," and he still wouldn't get it.
I just
that's true
because he's being so controlled by her. Like he's straight up shook when he walks in and finds out like Monica went somewhere, like probably to hell with Wanda.
She's a little problematic.
And then he just sits down on the couch and is like, okay.
Something I noticed too. Something I noticed. I don't know if others also did, but when Wanda said to Vision, honey, but grab the doctor, he spit out of there like Quicksilver did. But Vision did that. In reality, he like, you know, he can't do super speed, so you know,
which I was like, wait, is this like a Quicksilver connection? Because like, you know, maybe that's what I kind of thought with that because that Vision doesn't have super speed,
right? It's the you know, again, it shows that
run.
I think it was intentional, obviously, but also too something else that to me was super funny. I thought it was funny at least was actually immediately after the scene, it's when the power goes out. Dottie says to her husband, Joan, I forget the guy's name. It's the guy with the mustache again.
Yeah.
He said to him, "Honey, does this make you look fat?" It's and the lights go out, and then he goes, "Oh, thank God!" Like I don't know why that was.
It's a pretty good line.
Yeah.
What was the commercial for this episode?
That was the
It was the Hydra soap. The soap, I think. Was it soap?
Yes.
I was kind of disappointed with that because I was expecting I thought they were gonna go in order of her trauma past event. I thought they were gonna have an Ultron commercial for
That
this.
was a reference to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode, but I don't actually watch that show, so I don't know.
I don't think so. I mean,
I also thought too, doesn't it end with something like create your own paradise or something like that?
yeah.
I think that's the line. So maybe it's more alluding to her trauma right now.
And I think the Strucker watch, he said he'll make Strucker, he'll make time for you. That was the slogan with the watch. Don't really know what any of the slogans mean per se, but I was really expecting an Ultron one for this one. Maybe we'll get one for tomorrow's episode, but
don't count it out.
I mean, tonight for me, I get to watch that at midnight.
But yeah.
Great.
Great episode. That was where it was that was the oh shit moment was at the end of episode 3. So
showing the actual, showing Earth at the end too was pretty cool. It's reality now. That was just
yeah.
This kind of just confirms House of M.
Thing is, I don't think they're doing House of M.
It's kind of nothing like. Well, it's not nothing like the story, but it's missing most of the stuff of that.
Yeah. It's a homage.
Aspects of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of hard to do House of M without the titular M. So not really.
I hope one day that you get a knock at the door like sitcoms and Magneto's just
Magneto's just there, just saying Charles. Out of nowhere. Actually, I can't stop thinking about the whole Vision having super speed thing. I think that has to mean something.
Well, we'll talk about it in theories.
Yeah, I'll talk about it in theories. Yeah, but any final thoughts on episode 3 other than it was fucking awesome?
I get my baby Wiccan finally, so
yeah. Listen, that at least confirmed that Wiccan and Speed are if they may or may not happen, we don't really know.
Well, they definitely are. If they won't, I'm gonna be really sad and call Marvel homophobic.
Shit. Yeah. Also, just to say, I know Wiccan is the iconic gay character, but Speed's also a member of the LGBT community. He's bisexual, yeah. And he's dating Prodigy. Yeah, I didn't know that. I just found it out recently. I was like, oh, that's really cool. So they're both, but this Wiccan's just the more recognized, I guess. But yeah. So no more thoughts.
No, I'm free.
All right, cool. So the episode where people who skipped out because they were impatient, this was their fucking episode. Be like, fuck you should have stayed on the show.
My favorite episode so far.
It's my favorite fucking episode in this entire show. It was, oh my god. So obviously, so to start how the show started off, right? So so in the beginning, I was not sure what was happening because I was like, okay, this is clearly Monica Rambeau happening, but is this some weird fucking magic that Wanda we never seen? To reveal that it was the fucking snap, I was like, oh my god, because
sad. Sorry.
No, you got it.
No, Mikey. I just want to say I am sad to say that I was also in the same boat, and I'd call it a Marvel fan.
Yeah, because the only time we saw the snap happen.
Yeah,
and the only time we actually saw them blip back again was in Far From Home. That was played for laughs.
Exactly. It finally hit me when she opened the door. It's I was forming, and then. Yeah. And then, kind of like with Leo from Hollywood, it's the meme, the reference. I was like that. It's the blip, and that was
got it. The thing is, to have her first off, she blipped in her sleep. That's fucked. But the fact that like she blipped to an empty bed, I was like, oh no, what happened? And then you just see like people just blipping back, like hospitals are like being like filled with like being like at mass capacity because people were blipping back to where they disappeared from, and it was like she's asking for a doctor. Like for example, like the guy. One of my favorite lines in that beginning was like the guy was like, okay, like I have to call my wife because he's been gone for like 5 years. Dude,
like,
that scene, like I was like, what is happening? Like this is too much.
That specific scene, that looks like it was so fun to film. It's like the chaos happening everywhere.
But like, what about people who were, say, in an airplane when they got stabbed?
So they just blip back to like act like they're sitting, but like in midair.
Well, that's what we were talking about. Well, I mentioned how they put Odin in a retirement home and it got torn down. And I was like, in that universe, people in that retirement home, like, what if they just got snapped and like popped back? And there's just like pieces of old people.
Oh no!
That's awful.
I don't like how you worded that at all.
I don't know who said this, but I think either the writers of Endgame, or the Russos said that I think it said somewhere that Hulk snapped everybody to safety. I think it was said somewhere.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
That's like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, we'll take
Sure.
it.
Like this guy in an airplane.
Yeah,
It's the writers say it, so it's canon, I guess.
but
Someone
so
said
like the fact that Maria went to like blipped in her sleep, came back, found that her mother wasn't there, and to find and like just to reveal that like. Because like when she's asking about her mom, she's talking about like, oh, like your mom was dead, and she's like, no, she's not. Like she was in her mission, the surgery went well. Like she's gonna check out today, and it's like, wow, like
fun
heartbreaking scene.
okay, now it reminded me of that fucking meme where it's like the accident was 5 years ago. It wasn't.
There's also an Easter egg. It's in that scene. I don't know if people noticed. It's as she's having to come back. It's to form. It's to hear a dialogue from Captain Marvel.
You hear Lieutenant Trouble.
Yeah.
And I loved that shit. I was like the only time I ever got excited for Captain Marvel was like that scene. I was like, yes. But
I'm a small boat of people who actually really like Captain Marvel.
It's an average movie. It's not terrible. It's average.
It's okay.
But yeah, that was wow. Like
great opening. It's pre-credits opening. I loved it.
I think
I'm not gonna lie, though, I was a little upset with the limited amount of time we get in episodes. That sequence, like as much as I love Monica, how long that sequence went, like walking into S.H.I.E.L.D. and like meeting the director and things like that. I feel like that sequence in particular was like really drawn out, and it makes me sort of like wonder if the director is gonna have a more like bigger part to play, because why feel the need to introduce him that much?
I mean, let us just shine, but like,
well, no, if I get what you're saying, especially with like shows like this, it's like a fast paced. One, I kind of think it's to help make the world. It's the like, you know, gap filling. It's in the gaps and like having to create the world, because to an MCU audience, I don't think S.H.I.E.L.D. has ever been mentioned, like, but prior to this.
No, never.
I thought it was
what?
I thought it was in Spider-Man Far From Home.
It was not.
Was it?
I think the end scene with Fury, like on the ship with the Skrulls. I think that's what you mean.
Yeah, we didn't even know if that's S.H.I.E.L.D. Like it was just.
We don't know yet. But sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it.
Okay, sorry. So about that scene, yes, it's time consuming, but it's to like, you know, it's showing like the general like MCU audience, S.W.O.R.D. is this. He, like, you know, it's Monica works here. That's what that scene was. But I understand it was kind of time consuming. I get
it was just like that scene in particular that felt sort of out, like her scanning the card repeatedly. I was just like, okay, we get it. She's been gone for a while, sort of thing. We have like 20 minutes left in the show.
But I mean,
I get that.
I didn't mind it.
And I think part of it might be so that way they can mention Maria Rambeau 6 more times in case you didn't pick up on the fact that Monica was the girl from Captain Marvel.
As I said, let a sister have her shine. But like, I love the fact that Maria Rambeau found it sword. I was like, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Super.
And her nickname was Photon. Let's go.
Especially like and also especially like in the offices too. I don't know if people saw, but like it's on it's shown like it's on the screens on TV. It's the blip. It was called, like showing like all around the world, like people celebrate like people coming back. I thought that was a nice touch, like to help make the world, like show how the world is reacting. I thought that was super cool.
Yeah, I mean, can you just think about this real quick? So Peggy Carter founded S.H.I.E.L.D. and Maria Rambeau founded S.W.O.R.D. 2 women, 1 black, 1 white, both like 2 of the biggest like organizations like in like the world.
Yeah.
Put some respect on their names. If I had like a soundboard, I would just yell. I would just play like "Cut the Check" like on that shit, but I can't. But yeah. And also we get my thing is like I think he's a fun because I love Randall Park. I love Jimmy Woo. He's so funny. Oh my gosh. And I love the fact that like he does the card trick.
Can we talk about that?
What?
The fucking callback to Ant the Wasp when that fucking agent, he was talking to fucking Ant-Man and he was like, yo, how do you do that like up close card magic trick?
Dude, I cried. I literally was like, because I missed it. I missed it the first time I watched it. And I was like, okay. And I was like, I missed it. I was like, okay, like it's Jimmy Woo. Then I went back and I was like, it's the card, it's the card trick.
Yeah, I didn't get it until I saw something about it online. That's cool. I guess that makes Ant-Man and the Wasp almost worth watching.
It makes it
it's not a bad film. I don't think it's a bad film at all. I think it's fun. But anyway, so Jimmy Woo, awesome. I love Jimmy Woo. So here's what I want to bring up because I was watching a lot of videos on it. So like I love when we get to like the whole Westview thing, and obviously like the local sheriffs don't remember. Like okay, so like because like I was watching like Beyond the trailer, and she was like, "Yo, like she thinks that Wanda just conjured up this town, which doesn't make any sense because clearly the town. I think the town does exist, but just like she just erased the memories of everyone like in around like the local area or like Jersey, I guess, because Jersey does suck. So like the less sucky town that people forget, the better. But does anyone agree with that? That like it's an established town that just like Wanda made everyone forget just so that they wouldn't intervene what people like nearby.
I don't know.
I feel like they wouldn't like care if it was just a town out of nowhere. That would be a different issue.
Because the Agent Blue or whatever says this isn't a missing persons case, it's a missing town because he like drew like the files that he knew the people that lived there already.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
And because he said he had someone in witness protection in Westview, which is like also one of my theories.
I think that's important.
Yeah, I also do like the fact that he said like can you feel it like the town doesn't want me to go inside. Like I like those like kind of cool.
Reminded me of that one movie Annihilation.
Yeah. Listen. I got confused the entire time of that movie because I don't know what happened in it.
I loved Annihilation. It was so good. Anyways, everything like the whole TV static was a nice touch.
Yeah, the force field's TV static, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. I thought it was just going crazy. But yeah, so we get that, and then we see Darcy from Thor. I love Darcy as well. She's so funny.
I think the most impressive thing about this episode is that it makes Kat Dennings' character almost tolerable.
And I were talking about this when we came out. I have no problems with Darcy. She's fine, but she's such a relic of the 2010s.
Yeah.
She grew very quirky.
She grew up. It's in this episode. She's a bit different, I'd say.
Well, she's Dr. Darcy now, so
yeah.
She wore the exact same red lipstick she was wearing 10 years ago.
PTSD.
Yeah. We're women in STEM, so she's like a reflection of like us.
Basically. I mean, yeah, but Darcy goes, also like obviously Maria's dumbass does the one rule you're not supposed to do, which is touch the mysterious force field and get sucked inside it.
But I wonder if because she can.
What do you mean?
Like, because she's like, she has something that allows her to just, like, that she thinks that she can just go through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, and also, too, something about speaking of time and like time passing and stuff like that. I think now it's a set date after Endgame because I think, according to the director, it's been 3 weeks since people have started showing up to work. So now, so we know now it's 3 weeks after Endgame.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And also, I like the fact that, like, with the town, like, so, like, when you look at outside the force field, just like a normal, like, just regular town, but, like, I guess obviously inside it's changed. I thought that was really cool. Also, that the helicopter was a drone, and I thought that was really cool. Because that was one of my theories. Like, okay, like that helicopter's a drone. Some motherfuckers I've seen said that they thought it was an actual helicopter, but like shrunken down. Like someone just like flew a helicopter and it shrunk. I'm like, how dumb are you guys? Like, what on earth?
Symbolism when I first saw the helicopter in that episode, because usually when I picture a drone, I picture like the normal like 4 like blade drone that they use for the military.
Yeah.
So I was like, is this symbolism seeing the helicopter? And then I saw the actual drone straight up looked like an RC helicopter.
Yeah, I thought normally we're a little. I don't know enough about to say their own.
Yeah,
which is weird because they also like when we in the later episode they use like military drones and throw them into the force field. So like, I don't know why they couldn't make them look, the drones look like that, but it's fine.
I guess the helicopter one was more important.
I guess. But so then yeah, obviously they go into the thing. Darcy has that banter with the scientists. And then she eventually figures out that like how to set up, like how to watch the Wanda and Vision through the television and see like this world that Pocket University's created. The whole CMBR energy thing, like I don't really know my physics. I'm not that like my physics isn't. I understand physics to an extent, but like not. Like I don't get, is that real or not?
I thought they said that her powers were comparable to the Big Bang or something like that.
Yeah, like the radiation it was giving off was like akin to like the energy of the Big Bang, and I was like, huh.
It's from the stones. It's from the stones.
Maybe, probably.
Well, because it's both it's Wanda. It's Wanda got tortured and trained by the Mind Stone. It's the same as her brother. It's from Hydra.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I guess that's why that cosmic energy is from that, because she's powered by these 6 stones that came from the Big Bang.
That is true. Huh. Fuck. Okay, Alec. All right. I didn't even think of that. But yeah, so there's that, and then we get the whole montage of them like trying to figure out who's who. And I love how like because a lot of people are living like, are these people made up just like how we thought Vision was made up, but like no, they're actual people trapped in Westview, like residents. And I mean, but we saw what Mrs. Hart, Mr. Hart, her, Norm, the Betsy, who's I forgot, like the one who was getting grilled during the meeting at the swim club.
Yeah.
She's also a person, but like the ones we don't see are Dottie, as well as Agnes.
I have a feeling Dottie's the person who's in witness protection.
I don't know. Maybe. But I mean, yeah. So there's that. I mean, I like Jimmy Woon and Darcy's banter. I think they're like really cool together.
I think also it could confirm that Vision's dead 100%.
No, yeah, I was getting that, but like it's fine, Diego. Ruin the suspense. But Vision's dead. That surprised me because I was like, I literally thought that she just conjured Vision up. Like I honestly thought she did, but like no, she's using her fucking dead boyfriend's corpse as a boy toy.
Okay, wait. Now, a quick question: is or is she just having flashbacks to his dead body?
No,
okay.
That's literally his corpse.
I think he's picturing his corpse. Yeah. I mean, it could be that. It could be that.
Wait, I want to take a poll real quick. Who thinks when other people see Vision, they see the dead body, and who think they just see the like illusion.
I brought
They,
this.
they see the illusion.
They see the dead body because Wanda isn't like there to project the like her reality on him.
It doesn't matter. I mean, that's true, but like, I think she's powerful enough to like not do that, like to like have to keep the veil at all times.
Even if she is, I think they see the dead body. I think they see his corpse
I
walking
think
around.
They see it flopping around and they're like, that's not how a body moves.
Nah, I don't think so.
I would say yes, but also the Doctor in episode 3 didn't seem phased by it at all.
None of them have.
No, the thing is like, because obviously the big reveal with this, which is like I thought was even better than the first one, than the third episode. Like Wanda clearly knows what she's doing because she kicks Monica out and then proceeds to cover her tracks so her husband doesn't see it. And then
I think she has a very limited idea of what's going on.
Well, like, you know, I think about Vision, he knows to some degree because it's from the final shot of the episode. It's to having to sit down. It's to then it's having to listen to the Jimi Hendrix. A great song choice. So like, you know, I think it's super brief, but like, you know, it's with Vision saying, like, you know, it's with Wanda saying, it's, you know, it's time to watch something or whatever. Vision like has a grimace look, like that. So he has some capacity of like, this shouldn't be, this isn't right. So he's seeing through this illusion in some capacity.
Oh, he's definitely seeing through. I hate when he looks into the camera and it just
yeah.
You know.
I was saying he looked into the camera there too.
Like my favorite thing though, like also something that's very interesting that sorry that I surprised you with that, my fault. But my favorite thing was that like I love how like obviously we can see the footage of the show from obviously like S.H.I.E.L.D. and the military's perspective, and we can kind of see that like every moment where like Wanda's kind of like breaking the illusion that like we don't really see that, it kind of gets cut out. So someone, as what Darcy says, someone's censoring the broadcast. So like, but the question is like with we will talk about some theories, like we don't really know who's doing it, if it's Wanda or if it's somebody else. But I love that
Wanda thinks she's in control.
Yeah, but I love that like that shot where like, you know, it's on the screen and it zooms in and then we get like what happens on Wanda. I thought it was so well done. But yeah, that reveal at the end, I was like, oh shit, like she crazy, like she actually like is crazy.
Unhinged women's rights.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like the whole thing with Vision, like her seeing like Vision, we get the reveal that like what Vision actually looks like was because of like Monica like upsetting the reality a little bit, and then therefore Vision looks the way he does, like as a zombie, and then like she looks back up, looks back down, and then the illusion kicks back in again, and yeah, but yeah, I mean Vision definitely does this very, like what Alex said, is definitely like he is very suspicious because even in that, was it in the when we talk about the cut, he was questioning it when that cut happened in the third episode as well.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
It cut right when he was looking at the camera.
Exactly. So listen,
Also,
this shit is awful.
Like when Wanda isn't paying attention to the babies, they don't cry. I saw she was like arguing with Monica, and like it's like dead silent for a little bit when they're arguing, and then as soon as Wanda turns around back to the babies, they start like crying and like making sounds again.
True. I actually didn't catch that. Thanks, Lexi. Did not catch it at all. But yeah, this episode was actually like fucking insane. I was like,
They were making fun of fans a little bit with the whiteboard they had in the background.
That was really cool. But
wait, what?
Cool.
They were making fun of. I felt like they were making fun of fans when they were like writing shit on the like.
Yeah,
yeah.
That was kind of meta. Yeah.
Stuff.
Exactly. Like, Skrulls was on there. It's some of the questions. It's like, you know, it's why hexagons and everything like that. I'm like, they know, but they know fans.
Mikey,
what's up?
Can you take the quotes off my screen, please? Can you take the my screen, please?
Why?
I don't want to look at it anymore.
You can still like see the pinch.
It's a
I want to know what happened to the sword agent, the beekeeper. Like when Wanda said,
Yeah, that shit bothers me. Where did he go? Like, did he just erase him from existence?
I want a spin-off show just all about him. 10 episodes.
Yeah.
really into like Wanda's new reality now.
It's the origin of Swarm.
And I love wow. And I love the fact that as obviously also confirmed that like the force field also is underground as well, because like they were all like being like, oh, it might not be underground. It's probably like all like on the surface, but not it like the beekeeper, like he was wearing a hazmat suit and that turned to a beekeeper suit, and his wire turned into a jump rope.
Like,
Interesting.
Oh, cool. 60s.
Yeah, but there's a lot to unpack. There's a lot to unpack from this episode. It's just a lot, but it's really good. It's really fucking good. If anyone can think of anything else, let me know. But I mean, I don't really have anything to say as of now. I'm trying to remember stuff.
I saw someone on Twitter point out was that every episode ends when they zoom into the pixels. They're always zooming into Vision's eye. So I feel like Vision is more trying to, like, this goes sort of into the theory thing, but I guess like how they're reading the frequency or whatever. Maybe Vision's just trying to help during the broadcast. Like he knows that there's people outside or something like that.
He's a walking radio, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Well, let's talk about theories then.
All right, then we'll just go to theories. But
very good.
All right, so no, Matt, your theory is wrong.
Very correct theory.
Your theory is wrong.
Matt, your theory is wrong.
Okay, we can we at least all agree that Wanda may be in some form of control, but like someone is pulling the strings or like leaving breadcrumbs or seeds.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
That's like I think is a common thing throughout, like that we can all maybe perhaps agree on with theories.
Well, you're in control of a show like this usually indicates you're not in control.
And plus, like it's a Marvel show, so like there has to be a villain. There has to be. Even though it would be cool if Wanda was her own villain, but like they're not going to do that. Matt,
Oh, sorry.
Well, I mean, I want to lay out my whole theory. So.
Oh wait, never mind. Go ahead. Alec, you were saying?
No. It's a super quick thing. If they go the route of it's the whole show, it's just Wanda's trauma, I feel like that would kind of be a cop-out because, yes, it evolves her character, but to have it be just to have this whole show that will affect Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, I feel like that the stakes are too high just to be Wanda having a freak out after Vision's death. That's just my 2 cents.
All right, Mikey, I'm going to do it. Here's the deal. So.
I'm just kidding. Okay. All right, no, okay, I'm not joking around. Hey, Matt, go ahead. Yeah.
Here's the deal. We think someone's manipulating her, right? And it seems like the objective, at least for now, has been to get her to magic kids into existence. So somebody wants these kids. Right, I think we can agree that's probably the end goal here.
I agree with it that someone like the kids are a huge factor with this.
So here's the question: why sitcoms? Why specifically sitcoms? And also, why is S.H.I.E.L.D. involved? S.H.I.E.L.D. is traditionally deals with like alien shit. So what if there was an alien who was really into television? The villain is Moe.
Are we talking about family?
Alright, because
Mojo from the Mojoverse, and if I'm wrong, I'm not wrong. That's
the thing is, like Matt, like I get the whole sitcom thing, but that's kind of like most of our questions were answered with the 4th episode. That's the only thing we don't really know, like why sitcoms.
Why is S.H.I.E.L.D. involved in this whole thing?
True.
They said that they're not space anymore. They're like what was it?
Yeah,
Sentient?
they're sentient
Monica,
weapons.
the daughter of the woman who started S.H.I.E.L.D. got sucked into this bubble.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the sentient weapon, and that's what Wanda is, though. She's a living weapon. She's an Avenger.
True. She's a sentient weapon. Yeah, it's in the name.
Power personified.
I would like Wanda. I have a theory that Wanda's going to become a major MCU villain.
Wow.
I don't
You
think
tell.
they're bringing.
I don't think. I mean, I don't know.
But still do
I think
tell.
WandaVision's a slow burn to that, though. That she just does not want to leave the reality at all.
No.
That's the other thing, because we also know that he's going to be in Doctor Strange 2, right?
Yeah.
Doctor Strange 2 is the Multiverse of Madness. Mojo's from the Mojoverse, which is a different universe. I mean, come on.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, Matt. It's not Mojo. It's listen,
Kind of off.
Probably not Mojo.
yeah,
but
it's
I mean,
literally I mean, how much I don't want you to be right. They can't do Mojo because it's too early with X-Men shit right now. It's too early.
What if it's in
Well, I mean,
Freddie agrees, I don't know why.
I think this could be a perfect lead-in to bringing in X-Men too. It has to be.
I think it's too early, to be honest.
It's too
Well,
early.
isn't Evan Peters on the cast list?
He is, but like we don't really know who he's playing.
What? Yeah, I think Olsen said on Twitter or something. It's a special surprise character, but that's it's kind of akin to spoiler alerts.
I'm trying to find a picture of Mojo and I can't like find a good one.
There are no good ones. He's a terrible thing.
Jared Leto.
And we don't know.
I think Quicksilver's going to come back, but I think he's
Yeah.
going to be
That's
one of the
what
first
leads into
to
like
they're going to slowly come back one by one.
yeah, that's what leads into like my theory because Evan Peters' cast, he was on set like when this show was filming. I think it's Quicksilver coming back, but like not Aaron Taylor Johnson Quicksilver because that motherfucker dumbass didn't sign the contract. So like
But that doesn't make any fucking sense. She's not gonna look at some random guy and be like, "That's my brother."
yeah.
They could alternate universe brother, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that kind of meta for MCU? You think?
I mean, I don't know, but I think Quicksilver is coming back. I like maybe not permanently, maybe like at least as just like a cameo being like, hey,
I think
I'm
she's going to
here.
try to pull a Quicksilver from another universe or from another dimension or try to,
Yeah,
but she
the Fox dimension.
she like pulls it out.
Because like I read
Movies are canon.
Yeah.
because like I read like before like last year, I know like in 2019, like the show was like in the writing phase, like there was gonna be an episode where I don't know what decade it would have been, but there was gonna be like Wanda, who's the housewife, Vision, the working dad, the two kids, Billy and Tommy, which we know are a thing now, and the lazy uncle that sleeps on their couch. Quicksilver.
What if
What?
he,
Vision's brother.
what if he plays an older version of Billy or Tommy?
Just flip the whole thing just into a weird universe.
I don't know, but I think Quicksilver is coming back. But like, or my better theory that's better than Matt's because it's kind of obvious that it's this person. Why would you? Don't shake your head. It's not fucking Mojo.
I honestly, I think I'd be disappointed if it's Mephisto.
I'm not, dude. Mephisto. Listen, in the comics, Wiccan and Speed are created from parts of his soul. Makes sense. So they're probably doing their own spin on that. Agnes is a witch who has ties with Mephisto. She references the devil like once or twice. Okay. It's
I saw people
Mephisto.
pointing out in posters too. Like people were like saying like in some of the posters, the like rose wallpaper like made a devil face or something. I don't know
That's
how.
probably a reach, but
Yeah, that might be a reach. But in one of the new posters, they had like some people were trying to point that out.
Because if Agnes is being sus, which we've all for the past 3 episodes have noticed that she's been acting very fucking sus. It would make sense that she would be with if Mephisto and her were working together in some way to have something to do with Wanda's kids. I don't know, but
I would just like to add something real quick, and then Alec can go. Consider the following. If we get Mephisto, we can one more day MCU Spider-Man.
I know, exactly.
Which I think which is why you're kind of butthurt about it, Matt. That's not going to happen. So it's fine.
But this like does impact Spider-Man fucking 3, right? So it could be Mephisto to set up one more day, which is ridiculous. But yeah.
And like that's my thing. If Evan Peters isn't going to be Quicksilver, I think he would be a great Mephisto, like Evan Peters. So, in my opinion, he's American Horror Story. He could do it.
Creepy guy.
Well, I mean, Alec, what were you saying, by the way? Sorry, cut you off.
So just to play the devil's advocate, I just want to hear people's opinions. Playing devil's advocate.
Is that a pun?
What if Mephisto is just a big misdirection, a big red herring? What if?
Could be. We could all be wrong. Like,
I just think time in the first episode with the devil in the details thing was like just super like I don't know. It's just like they choose all of the dialogue like really like
they do.
Well. So like if that line is nothing, then okay, whatever. But just like a really weird choice of like dialogue for Agnes to say that's not the only place he is. It was just
like
weird.
I feel that like Mephisto maybe like I feel like he's planting seeds, not like fully manipulating things, but like and like Agnes is supposed to just make sure that like things go the way they should be. That's why she's been acting so
like
sus.
The villain in Doctor Strange, whereas in WandaVision, it's setting it up for Doctor Strange. Like we don't actually like see him.
Mephisto's trapped in there with her.
Yeah.
I'm not trapped with you.
That's the other thing, though. If it is Mephisto, fucking why is he picking around with sitcoms?
For the drama.
Here's the thing, like the thing, like a theory I've heard with the sitcoms is that like people are thinking y'all are thinking mad deep about the sitcoms when in reality, like Wanda's foreign. She probably watched a bunch of when you live outside this country. You always watch like all the stuff that's available to you. So like sitcoms, all that stuff. That's probably what the sitcoms are probably like a way for her to like because maybe her and Pietro maybe watched them as a kid growing up, and that's just what relaxes her and like calms her down. You know.
That's what I was thinking too. Because I'm like a lot of people who don't live in the U.S. watch a lot of old American TV.
Exactly.
So they will watch a lot of like I Love Lucy. They'll be very familiar with like Bewitched and like Brady stuff like that.
Sure, you're right.
But
we don't until we know that it's just as likely that it's Mojo. You know, like
it's not Mojo. Stop it.
I'm just saying. I think that it's. Why is it a sitcom? I think is a very important question. Even if that is the answer, I think that it's the biggest question of the show. I think it's still why sitcoms.
I mean, because it could be just an easy way to direct things and to change things on the fly, like how TV shows usually do. Also, it could just be a way to modernize, a lot of context, a lot of like reality shifting.
Matt, it's not this motherfucker. Absolutely not. Nope. No.
Oh my god.
No. No.
Dude.
Yeah.
No. But I mean, I also like there's another like theory. I mean, I told Matt about this and he got pissed off at me, but I think it will happen. But like, here's the thing, right? So, in one of the featurettes of the show, like the feature that came out like right when the 2 episodes dropped, there's like I think it was like there was a shot of like the writer or like someone important out of like the writer or the showrunner or whatever, and like in the background, and she's like surrounded by a bunch of concept art, right? In the corner of the screen, in the corner, like on her left side, on our left, you see a picture of someone who looks like fucking Wonder Man. So, like, what if one of the theories is the person in Winter's protection that they're looking for is fucking Simon Williams as Wonder Man? And it makes sense because he has ties with Vision. in a way.
Except
And listen, and if they have Wonder Man, they have to put Nathan Fillion because he was supposed to be Wonder Man.
Yeah, if Wonder Man is played by Nathan Fillion, I think I'll be all right with that. Otherwise, man, I hate that character.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of him either, but like, I just want Nathan Fillion to play him.
Yeah, that'd be great. I think it's perfect.
For all like in its purpose, do we all think that Agnes is Agatha Harkness?
Oh, 100%. No way. They're not.
In the 60s thing, didn't they have like, I'm not a big reader of the comics, but when Wanda's like in the store in the 60s opening, it has like her cat or something, or she has like a cat.
Yeah.
And on the one side it has the cat and the cat's name or something.
Something like that.
I looked into that, and like Agatha Harkness does have a familiar who's a cat that turns into like a panther and stuff with like a black cat.
But if they pull the switcheroo and Dottie's actually Agatha.
Well, also Agnes wears that brooch in every single episode.
Every single time, yeah. So, but
also, and like one of the trailers before the show actually started, I think it was like 2 months before the show started, there was the commercial and she was wearing a witch costume and she looked at witch and she's like,
because they're gonna be doing Halloween at some point, and she was wearing a witch outfit, so they're not hiding that shit. No way. If it's not her, I'm gonna be so shocked. Like,
I'm not an expert on Scarlet Witch. I thought Agatha basically raised her.
Yeah.
Nah, she showed her how to use her powers. Yeah, she just told her how to use her powers, and like she just comes in once in a while. Like that wasn't her that raised her; it was that freaking horsewoman from WandaVision.
What?
Remember that cow woman from WandaVision?
We also got a reference to her in the opening too, I think.
Yeah. I think you referenced that you just said that in the Discord, right?
What if
yeah. I don't remember. I would look up her picture, but I can't remember her name. But like,
what if you see that bipedal cow show up?
It's like something boba.
It's just like Scarlet Witch cow. I'm sure something.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, what's wild with Agatha is that, like, when we get that, like, the planning scene, like, where they're like brainstorming, they don't reference Agatha, they haven't found who she is, or Dottie. So, like,
no idea.
What? Oh, sorry, Alec. Yeah, go ahead.
No, it's to go off of that. It's on the screen. You freeze the screen, but no, it's Agatha has no ID from Jersey because that's where
because she's 500 years old and is like there's no identification.
But also too about not showing anything with Dottie. I think it said in episode 2. I think Agnes says that the Dottie is the key to everything in this town. I don't think we talked about that.
Oh yeah.
What?
Maybe. I mean, I don't think Dottie's like a big character, but like, I mean,
she's trying to misdirect Wanda, but I don't really.
It could all be misdirection, you know. But
like they're just pointing to Agnes as Agatha, and actually it's Dottie. You don't think that? I think it could.
Well, like, I don't know why, because like
it's a possibility.
Yeah, because like when Dottie in episode 2, like you know, like when she broke that glass, she was like looking at Wanda, being like she asking who are you? And before that, she was just like she's saying like this, like she was saying like it's like she doesn't believe that like her and Vision aren't like harming this town. So like I don't think that she. I think she's just a normal like person caught up in this thing like the rest of them are.
Because Agnes, so far, it's been only 3 episodes of the world, really, but so far, Agnes has not been scared or intimidated by Wanda.
No, not at all.
Plus, she has like an awareness of what's happening, calling Wanda like star of the show and like talking to Herb in that one scene.
Yeah.
And also acting sus when Wanda finds the helicopter, she's conveniently there to like drag her away from it. Like,
didn't also Dottie say that you don't belong here?
Yeah, I think so. Either was to her, either towards Wanda or to like Geraldine.
She's moving.
If it was Geraldine, that would have been so racist. But But I don't. There's so like, I think it's like I'm curious like how they're gonna tie this into because Feige said this also like directly ties in Doctor Strange, right? Not just Spider-Man, right?
It's
Yet.
Okay, because I saw something on Instagram where it was like the whole like butterflies, like when you turn the mobile into butterflies, how like that like I don't know if maybe it's like a nod to like that scene where like freaking the Ancient One elevated strained his mind and he saw that butterfly in space, like you remember that?
Really?
Yeah, I saw it was just something I saw on like Instagram. I thought it was like really cool, but that could maybe be a connection. I don't really fucking know.
I think that being a Doctor Strange, I think there's a pretty good chance that Doctor Strange is going to show up to some point to take Wanda away to have her show up in his movie.
Probably.
And except also too, it's another connection with Doctor Strange about Mephisto because again, I'm not the most comic verse, but Mephisto is basically from hell, right?
Oh yeah, he's basically just like he's not the devil, but like
human, kind of.
Like he's somewhat close. The devil.
So
he is one of Marvel's devils. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So something that I've noticed is that it's with its realities and stuff that Marvel is starting to delve a little bit into the supernatural now. It's trying to lean from science fiction more to supernatural elements, and then back towards the end of Doctor Strange. Again, it's a wide shot, but just hear me out. Wong says to Doctor Strange is after they beat Dormammu and everything like that. That since the sanctums are damaged now, it's in the time stone is with Strange that things from other dimensions shall now attack Earth, so they have to be ready. So personally, to me, I think that there is a greater force happening, obviously, but it's not of this world, obviously.
Yeah.
Also, Benedict Cumberbatch did interviews with WandaVision people, so maybe he makes a guest appearance. I have no idea.
I mean, I know for a fact he's like,
because kind of manage everything. Yeah.
So maybe Wanda helps him in his movie since she is having to experience this whole thing that's happening to her.
I also heard something that like maybe because of like the whole like and like someone referenced this with the whole like Kat Dennings like Darcy saying that like the radiation will probably get worse like if Wanda continues to do this. I feel like obviously I think 100% like Wanda's gonna be the reason why like the multiverse is fucking broken, and like that will lead into Doctor Strange and like what like they have to do in that.
And Spider-Man 3.
And Spider-Man 3. So yeah, she's gonna be the reason why the multiverse is gonna be broken. Then we're gonna see like Doctor Strange, Spider-Man 3, like even What If maybe like because of that.
See, that's the other thing. That's also another reason why I kind of don't want to be Mephisto, because if it's Mephisto in this, then I imagine Mephisto would probably also be in Doctor Strange 2, right? And
I think he might be the main villain for Doctor Strange 2.
I don't think so. I really want Gorath.
Matt in the podcast said he really wanted Shuma Gorath, and I kind of agree.
Yeah.
I think I think a bad guy in Doctor Strange 2 is going to be the Mordo might.
You have to rehash stuff with Mordo. They can't just leave that alone like that. I've been waiting so long for Mordo to come back ever since the end of Doctor Strange.
I think you can do Mordo and Shuma Gorath.
Okay, Matt. But also, Matt, you didn't mention your Man-Thing theory in the podcast that we did, and I was very sad about that because you're very excited about your Man-Thing theory in Doctor Strange.
It turns out I was definitely wrong anyway, so don't worry about it.
Okay, got it. But what I want to see from like a theory that I have, and I told also Matt about this, but like Ultron, I really want either if we don't get a commercial for Ultron, I want maybe a scene where like Wanda wants the grandparents to see the babies, obviously like they're just born, and like maybe she reconjures her dead parents because obviously she reconjured Vision, and then but Vision doesn't have any grandparents, or like or any parents, but like Ultron's his parent. So like we just get like James Spader form for Ultron as like the grandfather. I think it would be so great.
I think one of the weirdest theories that I've heard is that the people in the commercials are Wanda's parents.
I heard that too. Yeah.
Ooh, interesting.
And like that's a weird one, but it makes sense considering every bad thing that's happened to her is a part of the commercials.
Yeah,
But that guy's not Magneto.
Yeah,
Mikey, but that's a good one. That's really good.
is it a good one? Because I mean, anyone for what your opinion on is on Age of Ultron. Like, I love James Spader as Ultron so much.
Yeah,
because he's a great actor. So I just want him to come back in some way. Because
I mean, he's a robot. He can come back anytime he wants.
Yeah.
But
if they give him a commercial, but he's like a toy robot that you just have to put on the ground and watch him walk.
It's kind of convenient too that at the end of every WandaVision episode, it's the cue for next episode is showing Avengers: Age of Ultron. Has anyone else seen that? Like at the end of
Wait, what?
No, like it's after every episode. It's like of how like a streaming site has like okay, start next episode. It's every time it's been Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Yeah,
that's a movie.
yeah.
I watched Age of Ultron like right after watching WandaVision at one point too.
Is that
I just want him to come back.
or is that just convenient? I don't know,
but I would love him to come back in that particular way. That would be
maybe I would want him, but Ultron I want to see as a toy robot. That's it. He's gonna be a toy commercial.
Yeah, as like an action figure.
Yeah, that'd be cute.
Also, another thing I also wanted to bring up because I also I was saying that to Matt as well, but like how because of Vision. Obviously, she using her boyfriend's like body as a boy toy, but obviously he's questioning things because if he was on with the illusion, he would just go all the way and not question everything. So,
well, aren't they made of the same stone?
Basically, but Vision does Vision have a soul? That's like one they want to bring up.
He's a synthetic.
Not the time for a conversation about Vision as a soul.
Yeah,
that's
I feel like they're treating him more as like a more cognitive zombie than just like Wanda puppeteering a corpse.
I think he does because I think it's in Endgame where he says something about like the stone speaks to him and he's like, I'm not the stone, or he says something along those lines. So it's not like the stone like gave him a soul. I think he had his own sort of
The
soul.
stone's just as bad.
And now Wanda's powers are basically the new backup battery for Vision.
Yeah.
That actually is a good point.
No, actually, yeah, I think they said it in like Infinity War. According to Banner, he's the I think he's a combination. It's of everything that contributed to him, like Tony's mind. It's the mind of Banner, Ultron, like Jarvis. He's everything.
Because they had a plan to take the stone off of him anyways. So it was like it wasn't.
He can live without
Yeah, he was fine without it.
Okay.
So he sort of has a mind, but he's still sort of.
Like the Mind Stone is such a complex thing because like I can even argue that like Ultron probably has a soul because like he's based off of scans from the Mind Stone, and when he talks, he acts like he has a personality, and like
Listen, I don't want to get into
that unless you have like mind or like soul.
We have a soul, so this whole thing's stupid.
Oh, you're fine. Shit.
Off of Tony though. I don't know.
Ultron is, but like it's I guess. But,
I'm sorry, but
I mean, what's on? Does anyone ever have any other like theories they want to bring up? I had a ton, but like I can't think of anything.
Well, we talked about it for an hour and a half.
yeah.
We did talk about it for an hour and a half.
So how do you think the show is about to go now? So is it going to go like back to the sitcom stuff and like?
I thought it was
Like a what to expect type of thing.
So now that the curtain is unveiled, how do you think the show is going to be formatted? Is it going to be like a hybrid of the, it's in the Westview, it's in reality? Is it going to be mainly Westview sprinkled in with reality showing up every now and then? Like, how's
These
it?
are a lot of questions you're asking.
didn't somebody say that the last 3 episodes of WandaVision are the most action packed?
Probably. I would assume so.
Something I heard about. It's definitely going to end with Wanda and Vision fighting.
Right? Okay, I think.
Okay.
I remember watching like the mid-season trailer that they dropped, like Vision that knows gonna try to escape the barrier, and whatever that's gonna entail, that will happen. I mean, I honestly can't say anything because like I'm just speculating, and I don't write the fucking show. So
Well, find out a
Honestly, I'm
little.
really excited to see more sitcom
Yeah.
stuff.
what happened?
I'm really excited to see more sitcom stuff though.
Oh, 100%. I mean,
They're doing Full House, I'm pretty sure. Like,
oh my
next-
god, that's awesome.
I also want to bring up in some of the background things. There's a dog house. If they bring a dog into this universe and the dog dies, I'm going to be so.
Yeah, I mean, and also like one other thing, because like technically speaking, I guess, I mean, do you think that like Vision, like Billy and them will like essentially like if they go from they're born in the 60s, well they're born in the 70s, and they're obviously gonna go to present day, so will they be like aging like
No,
they won't be? Okay.
I don't feel. It would be weird to be honest, but I don't know. Probably not though.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, that was the thought that I had, but I
Well,
mean,
I think there will probably be some like accelerated aging or whatever, but like it's been like a day between episodes like 2 and 3 technically when they're shifting decades. So
In the trailer, in the like Full House era, they were in the cribs. So I think the babies, they're just gonna be babies.
they're just gonna be babies. Okay.
I'm excited to see like that Modern Family kind of style they're gonna do.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna do a reality show at some point too.
Are they
Shoot.
really? Oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
think so.
no, they are.
I don't think
They
they're gonna
are.
do that.
They are because
I'm
they're
excited
like,
for that.
they are. Dude, you didn't see the freaking trailer that they dropped? She was talking directly to the camera.
Well, that was she was like talking about like the case of the Mondays or something.
Yeah,
like
the
that.
case of the Mondays.
It's Modern
Like,
Family.
huh? Is it Modern Family? I thought it was like more like a reality show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well,
Why would they go from sitcoms to a reality show? Like
It's because reality is
working the way through the show.
I don't know. What's the thought? I mean,
It
but
was
yeah,
literally-
Modern Family does make sense. I didn't even think about that. But
yeah, I'm really excited just to watch more sitcom stuff tonight.
I mean, I just can't answer like what else do I think's gonna happen because like we honestly have no fucking clue. Like, I mean, oh, but it does look like a vision. What happened?
I want to see Photon.
Word. Is she? I think like I hate the name Photon. Like,
I love it.
I better call her Spectrum. Let's call her Spectrum. This is better. But like, what I did see from the trailer that like Vision can like wake people up because he wakes Agnes up, like in the trailer previously as well as like in this trailer that we got. So like, for some reason he's gonna be waking people up and like getting people like to realize that this is all fake.
I have a feeling because he gets past Wanda when she gets to make those little cuts. You know what I mean? He gets to get past one, and then he like looking at everybody just kind of frozen there.
Yeah,
and be like, "Hey, you're kind of stuck here. Do you know where you are?"
I'm really excited for the Halloween episode. That's probably my favorite episode.
I
they're all wearing their classic costumes and they all look ridiculous. Sorry, Matt, but they do. They look fucking ridiculous.
I know they do, but they're supposed to look ridiculous.
Yeah,
I actually want to see Scarlet Witch and
It looks scary.
but like also like that we always get that scene where like the woman's like on the like the laundry line and she's like crying because like she's just like has no control of what she's doing.
happens.
Yeah, it'd be like that. But I mean, yeah, well, do you think also just to bring up Monica, do you think she'll get her powers at the end of the show or not?
I think she'll get them in the next episode, to be honest.
Is she coming back in Captain Marvel 2, the actress? Okay.
Yeah, her and Kamala, both of them.
Okay.
Yeah, she definitely has to because I feel like they wouldn't do that in Captain
They don't have the
Marvel.
time for that in a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because like if you see like the poster with her, like like the posters, like which is gonna be on the thumbnail, but like the TV ones, if you look behind her, like she's wearing like a costume, like she's wearing like black and white, which is like her thing.
Yeah.
So I'm
excited to see Wanda's new costume too. She's getting a new one for sure.
Oh, 100%. Probably like I hope she probably have the headpiece on with it.
Yeah.
headpiece. It's gonna be. I really want to see her wear a headpiece.
I mean, as long as they don't make it look like crap, I mean, it's fine.
I want it to look. I don't know if you think Wars.
Cover up her area.
I don't want to see it like that.
Okay, well, Lexi, what were you saying?
Oh, Elizabeth Olsen was like, she wanted to cover up her chest area because the costume that she had was like exposing, and she was like, why does everyone else get to cover up? And so good for her.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. I don't know, but like I don't really watch any trailers or anything, so I'm just gonna be shocked when the episode drops tomorrow and just.
I think Wanda's gonna pop out of the reality too.
100%, yeah, like that figure in the trailer that happened, like I think that's Wanda. I mean, it's just like my thoughts are just like, okay, is Quicksilver coming back? Will like Vision escape? Like how I know the kids will disappear at some point. She'll even get even more crazy, like stuff like that. I wonder if that will go down. Is it Mephisto? Is Agnes working with Mephisto? Is it not Mephisto? I don't know. It's definitely not fucking Mojo. But I mean, yeah, I'm excited. I don't really know what to expect though. But I guess
X-Men are gonna be coming in now.
What happened?
Even if X-Men are just going to be trickling into the MCU now.
Probably. I mean, they could introduce X-Men maybe when she breaks the multiverse or something. Maybe the CMBR or some shit. I don't know. We don't know. Like, I still think that, like, it's kind of too early to do any X-Men stuff right now. But, I mean, they could sprinkle in something, piece, like a little bit by a little bit, you know? But everyone's also saying that, like, she'll have her own like no more like enter name here line. I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. But then there's like
no more. It's not gonna happen.
I mean, because people were saying like, oh, maybe she's gonna say like no more magic or like no more Avengers or like they're just filling in the blank. And I'm just like, it's not gonna happen. Stop.
No more bullshit.
Huh? No more bullshit? Yeah. Gotcha. No more Mojo? Got it. Yeah. So like, I guess any like final thoughts, I guess, on the whole, like the 4 episodes as a whole. Anyone want to say anything?
WandaVision is a great way to cover up a little bit of a long drought for Marvel stuff, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good.
It's well done too, so I'm not even mad that it's a good like in between.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a good show and it's fun and I like it. Those are my thoughts.
Shut up, man.
I am very happy with how Marvel is starting to experiment with their content, and I hope things get more experimental, maybe more horror or natural inspired. But so far, I like what I'm seeing, and I hope it continues down that path of going weird. So I'm very happy so far.
Who else? Come on, Rebecca and Lexi, can't you sit there?
I guess I'll say what everyone else has been saying, but I think it's like really refreshing because it's not like we're not even sure of who the bad guy is, basically. Whereas in usually other Marvel stuff, it's like heroes fight bad guy for this reason. But like right now, we're like sort of just questioning who is the bad guy in the situation. So it's just makes you think, unlike other like superhero films, I guess to say.
It's kind of a character piece, this whole show, because it's about the trauma of this one character with Wanda, and like, you know, I'm not saying he's the villain, but I'm saying that this show is a much needed character development of seeing her trauma and how her mind is working.
I just think it's cool to see Wanda do her own thing, right? Like, we hardly get WandaVision in their own kind of thing, so it's really fun to see them finally get like some screen time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. I'll say that this show is for me, it was a surprise. Like I said I went with low expectations and was just watching it just to watch it, but like it's very like I care about Wanda and Vision and their happiness now, I guess, after watching the show. I mean, it's been like everything about it's fantastic, from just like the production design, like the dialogue, everything. Like it's just so good. I can see that Kevin Feige's aiming for an Emmy. Like he's honestly aiming for an Emmy with the show. It's probably the best Marvel show we've gotten since it's like I'll say like Daredevil, I guess. Because Daredevil's like one of the best Marvel shows ever. So I mean, but yeah, it's just I'm just excited. Like I look forward to the show every week. I just like theorizing and stuff like that. So I mean, I can't wait for tomorrow because I just want my mind to just be like just like here's my mind and like here's the show. I just want to like pummel my fucking mind. But yeah, this is fantastic. Like it makes me very excited for the rest of the shows, like Loki and Winter Soldier and Falcon and all that stuff. So yeah. Mo, do you have anything to say? Want to say anything, Mo? You're just
I just, as someone who likes Marvel for the characters rather than the action, I'm more invested in who these people are and like what they stand for. So I really like that the show is very character oriented. It's not a lot of just punching for just punches, and I really appreciate that. Yeah, I really like it.
And it kind of shows that like, especially the people that complain about this show, the fact that like the fact that like most of the fans care about just people punching each other than like actual like character development and like an interesting like mystery and plot line. So
it's different. It's very different.
Yeah, it's a very different show. Like if you're gonna want like action and shit, just wait for Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything else? Everyone want to say anything else? We're good.
That's
all right. So, all right, then that wraps it up. Then thank y'all for doing this. We're probably going to do another episode when this wraps, which is going to be even more exciting. I'm looking more forward to that. Yeah, for audience members, watch this later because some of y'all didn't really watch this anyway. But yeah, this is dope. Watch WandaVision if you haven't already because we probably spoiled most of the show for you.
And it'll take just as long to watch all of WandaVision right now as it will to watch this video because 2 hour part.
Watching the show as we watch the podcast.
Listen, at least we broke it in half. If we did everything, it would be 4 hours long.
Thank God we did this, Mikey. We probably would have driven to your house and killed you afterwards.
Matt, I love you, but leave me alone and stop complaining. But yeah, we'll just catch WandaVision tomorrow. I'm very excited about it, and yeah, peace.